All right, listen up. I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm tired. It's 3:58 in the morning. I just got through reviewing a movie for Anthonix Maximus Reviews. That'll be coming pretty soon. I just put everything in the computer, but I'm going to gather enough strength to discuss Jurassic World Dominion. So let's just get right through this son of a bitch, huh? Okay, so yes, hi, I'm Anthonix Maximus. I went to see this movie and it was quite interesting. I wish I didn't go see this movie at the Alamo Draft House because it's a nice place where you eat dinner. They have servers and waiters taking your order at your table/seat. But this movie, I could have watched it anywhere else because while I didn't hate the movie, it's there. That's all. The film is, if you wanted to use the film as a way to end the franchise, then okay, fine. Just end it with that. I did not hate the film like a lot of people are hating the film, but I get the criticism. See, people don't like the new Jurassic movies. That includes The Lost World Jurassic Park. That also includes Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World, and Jurassic Fallen Kingdom. I think the problem is that the first Jurassic movie, the Jurassic Park, it wasn't meant to be an action movie. It was actually supposed to be just something new to inspire awe and wonder. Steven Spielberg introduced us to dinosaurs, like really well done effects, whether it was practical or even some CG effects. It was just a beautiful sight to see. But somewhere along the way, we just kept advancing, and before we knew it, these Jurassic movies started to become action films. Explosions and guns blazing, motorcycles. So it really lost its meaning. This is my way of saying it is Jurassic World Dominion is like two films into one because you have a whole plot with the characters of the Jurassic World series, but then you also have a plot with the Jurassic Park series. And quite frankly, I had more of a good time watching Alan Grant, Ellen, and Ian than I did watching the characters of Jurassic World. I don't have a problem with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. It's just action. Lots of actions. But seeing Dr. Grant, Ellen, and Ian back in their roles after all these years, it's like they didn't go anywhere. It's like they slipped right into where they should be. It connected well. There were great action scenes, yes, there really were. But the bad is the little girl. Now, if you didn't like her in the last film, you're gonna hate her in this one. And the overall plot is kind of the same as the other movies. Rich guy wants to be rich. So he unleashes a new breed of creatures or a modified breed of creatures so he can profit off of them. Well, that hasn't really changed over the years. So let me get into the spoiler part. If you haven't seen the movie yet and don't want to be ruined, then skedaddle. And I will see you in about here. Okay, now that they're out of the way, let me just say the pilot woman that they introduced, that was kind of cool. She was a cool character. I did like her very much. I like characters that find themselves in the pits of the underworld in different illegal operations, but don't really partake, they just kind of operate around it. Those are fun characters for me. It was great to see D.B. Wong back in the role. The overall CEO, the evil CEO, he was no different than any other. He wanted to basically use dinosaur DNA to modify locusts, make them bigger so they can eat everybody's crops. But not his crops, because his crops the locusts won't touch, which will force the world to order his crop seeds. D.B. Wong's involvement is using the little girl from the last movie and figuring out her DNA to help the human population. Yeah, as I was saying, for the non-spoiler people, she was kind of annoying in Fallen Kingdom, especially at the end when she made that decision to unleash all the dinosaurs into the wild, out into the world. Here she's worse because now she's a teenage brat with an attitude the whole entire time. And what was the deal with all the side characters? Like, okay, Moses was cool. He helped out, and I did like having Justice Smith back in it, and that one girl from the last movie, but that's the problem. Justice Smith and that one girl, sorry, I don't know her name, and also the guy that helped Owen and Claire in the same underbelly world by defeating the woman in white. The side characters, you see them once and then they disappear. Like, what happened to the villainous woman in the white after she got captured? Was that it? She just got captured? Another good thing was we got to see the T-Rex from the first Jurassic Park as she faced the apex predator, because in these movies there has to be the evil apex predator dinosaur, but we also get the dinosaur with the feathers and the long claws, and the way that the three of them fought at the end was actually pretty cool, especially how the T-Rex knocked the apex predator onto the feathered bird's claws. I don't know dinosaur terms, okay? Let's see, if I was to name off dinosaur types, T-Rex, Sharptooth, Littlefoot, Sarah, Petrie. I don't really know the proper names for most dinosaurs. That's what I'm saying. In Malcolm, he was probably my favorite character in the whole entire movie, just because it's Jeff Goldblum. I feel like he was actually there to just kind of troll the movie with his sarcasm and wit.
You made a promise to a dinosaur.
Because he was useless in the last movie. All he did was just bookend by speaking to people in the beginning and speaking to people at the end. But in this film, he was a participant. I think the problem with this film was it did rely on, hey, remember that? Remember that moment? Remember this moment? Just like when the bad guy tried running off with a canister of Barbasol, the Barbasol shaving cream. The same one that Nedry had before he got spit in the face by the spitting raptors. Well, the evil CEO died the same way, but except for there was more than one. And let that be a lesson. If you're gonna try to do some espionage, don't use Barbasol. Alright, don't go with a foam shaving cream. Always go with a gel shaving cream. It works much better. But yeah, the scenes were just kind of one random action after another. Plane getting torn apart by pterodactyls, so it starts crashing. I think it became one of those mindless action films where it has more action than substance, and that really hurt the film the most. A thing that really makes no sense at the end, before I invite the non-spoiler people back, nothing got resolved. The problem with the film was the dinosaurs are messing with the ecosystem, messing with the food chains, but by the end of it, it's supposed to fix itself. Like, that still existed. The dinosaurs are still roaming amongst the other animals. You see, at the end, a little girl is feeding a baby raptor, and she's not getting attacked by it. You see Triceratops walking next to elephants. They try to fit in this whole meaning of the humans aren't the only species on Earth, and therefore we should all be united with all the species and live in harmony. It's an idea, but it's not a solution. The film ends the same way it started, and that's the real reason why people got mad. So let's go ahead and invite the non-spoiler people back into this right now. Hey, non-spoiler people, how's it going? Did you go and get yourself a drink? Did you take a bathroom break? Did you go potty? Did you tinkle? Did you make a phone call? Or did you just jump ahead to this moment? Because we're about wrapped up. What I was telling the spoiler people is that the film does not change anything. The cameos are great, and it's nice to have the member berries going on. It just kind of copies too much from the other things to say, hey, I remember that. I'll just say the ending is just really stupid. Just as it was in the last movie, this ending is just as stupid. You'll love the return of Grant and Ellen and Ian, but you'll be bored with the rest of the cast. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this film gets a 6 out of 10. Closer to a 7 than a 5. I'm not gonna knock it as hard as everyone else has been, but that's because I don't really have a personal stake in this. I love dinosaurs, but I don't love them enough to get fully invested. You'll see some cool dinosaurs. You'll see some new moderations of the dinosaurs that we know. If you want to see a movie to shut your brain off and you're just looking for a way to end a franchise, then yeah, this is probably the best bet you'll get. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed so I can wake up and edit this and also edit the Anthonix Maximus reviews episode coming up. So if you want to be caught up on that, please like, subscribe, ring the notification so you'll be on top of it, and thanks for watching.
Not so bad.